exciting hour of the Wisconsin Live Desk on your Friday. If it's your first time on this adventure, this is the newest thing that we've created here at Fox 6. We don't like calling it a show because this is not really a show. It's more like an adventure. We have no idea where the next hour will take us. Here are the rules for the Wisconsin Live Desk. Everything you are about to see will be live. You will see all of it taking place on your screen, and there is a lot going on this hour right now on the Wisconsin Live Desk. On our Router 2 live picture from Atlanta, Georgia, there has been a fatal police shooting. We actually have two shots. We have a reporter on another one. That shot actually just came down. But yeah, two officers shot. The suspect has been killed in Atlanta. This is a live picture coming in right now on your screen. We're also watching New York City. Live picture of the doors of the courthouse as somebody is walking out. Two big cases underway right now in New York City. Luigi Mangione, the person who killed the United Healthcare CEO, he's due in court, as well as the music star Diddy. He'll be in court as well. We are also following much closer to home. Press conference about to get underway. Live picture here. This is the Milwaukee County Parks where golf season is about to get underway. So we're expecting a press conference to start any minute here. Actually, in this shot just a moment ago, a bunch of deer just walked by down the hill across the fairway. So there is some wildlife, but it's kind of been a wild weather day as well here from the Fox 6 studios. I mean, we just had, I don't know if you were awake this morning between like 7 and 10 a.m. You see that blob that's kind of disappeared and raced across Michigan? Really wild weather morning as we had severe storms move through the Milwaukee area. And there's a possibility that we could have another round this afternoon. So the eyes on the skies for sure this afternoon as we're watching what's happening. Everything's kind of dried out now. No problems on the roads as of right now. But earlier this morning, you could not see what was happening out on the roads as we just had the showers moving through. Here's a shot from earlier. I think this camera's actually frozen from 5th and Wells because there's the live picture from out. That's in Milwaukee. That shot of the roads right there. Also, in this hour, we expect to talk to Ashley Sears about this. This is a police pursuit that took place in West Dallas. Really wild. You'll notice the snow on the ground, so not any time recently. This is from February, but the video's just been released, and it started as a routine traffic stop. This is how it ended right there on the interstate, but it was a wild chase through the streets of West Dallas. So we're going to bring Ashley in and talk about what is happening here. But why don't we let's talk about what's going on right now. Live picture from Atlanta. Let's take you here. This is really this has been making news at this hour as, again, two officers have been shot. The suspect is dead. This is courtesy from our friends at WANF. This is all taking place in a motel off I-20 in Fulton County, if you are familiar with the Atlanta area. According to news reports, two officers were shot. The suspect was killed after a shootout that happened at this motel. All happened about 11:40 in the morning their time. This was a South Fulton police officer who was responding to the scene for a suspicious person at the Budgetel Inn and Suites. This is right there on Fulton Industrial Boulevard. And officers showed up, and then upon arrival, according to the Fulton County Police, that's when shots started ringing out. Two officers shot. The suspect was killed, and we do not know the extent of the injuries right now. But there is a very heavy police presence occurring right now in Atlanta as this investigation is unfolding. So we'll continue to watch the scene there. We've had a couple of shots throughout the day on this, and hopefully we'll get an update pretty soon here. Okay, let's take you back over to the Milwaukee County. They're about to start this press conference, kicking off the golf season. Pretty wild because for me, I drove down to, ooh, okay, I thought someone was cutting in there. I drove down to Illinois this morning. I had to be at by the O'Hare area. It's kind of wild when you drive just across the border how much more it looks like spring down there. All right, there is the head of the Parks. He's about to talk. They're gathering around. Live picture here. Golf season underway in Milwaukee. Let's listen in.
All right, let's do this. Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us as we officially kick off the 2025 Milwaukee County Golf season. We're proud to announce, the weather permitting, all 13 of our golf courses are now open and ready to welcome players of all ages and skill levels. From our historic championship courses to family-friendly par 3s, Milwaukee County Golf offers something for everyone. We're thrilled to share some major highlights as we tee off this season. Reflecting back on 2024, last year was truly one for the record books. We had rounds of golf that generated over $11.5 million in revenue, with over 385,000 rounds of golf played across our courses. Excuse the wind, sorry. That success highlights accounted for nearly 20% of our entire park's operating budget. This has helped us invest in new projects, enhance facilities, and support critical park operations. This year, we've made exciting improvements at several of our flagship courses. We're here at Dretska Park Golf Course. The Pro Shop has been completely remodeled thanks to Meng and Jeremiah from our skilled trades, with new flooring, lighting, and a larger retail area. We've also added new forward tees and continuous asphalt cart paths that improve playability. At Brown Deer Golf Course, formerly the host of PGA Tour's Greater Milwaukee Open, we're debuting a brand new 20,000 square foot practice green this summer. It includes enhanced chipping zones and a dedicated practice bunker, making it one of the premier practice facilities in our region. With 13 public golf courses, we truly have a course for every type of golfer. Tournament and championship courses for players looking to challenge themselves, regulation courses perfect for steady improvement, and executive and par 3 courses for beginners, families, myself, and anyone looking to squeeze in a quick round. At Milwaukee County Parks, we're proud to manage a golf system that's not only financially sustainable, but also deeply rooted in community recreation and environmental stewardship. Now, I'd like to introduce a true champion of our parks and my boss, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley.
All right, thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful day. I want to first and foremost say thank you to Supervisor Steve Taylor for joining us. It's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, but for golfers like me, I like that because it's going to allow my drive to go a little bit further on today. But as many of you know, this is an exciting time for us to be kicking off the 2025 golf season right here at Dretska Park, because we know right here when it comes down to our golf courses, we are among some of the most popular in our entire region. And that's due, a lot of that is due to the tireless effort of our incredible Parks team. And so I want to take a moment to say thank you to our Parks team. Thank you for their partnership. Thank you for everything they do to maintain our parks, our golf courses, and all of our outdoor amenities so our entire community gets to enjoy them. So I want you all to know that you are the reason why folks have this ability to enjoy our outdoor spaces. And so can we give them a round of applause, please? Truly, thank you. And as Guy generated, these are the opportunities for us to generate revenue right here within Milwaukee County. In our Milwaukee County golf courses, they have generated over $11 million last year. And that's revenue that goes directly to support our day-to-day operations at our golf courses, but also all of our parks and amenities across the entire system. And that means that every round of golf played right here at Dretska Park goes right back into these operations. So please come out and enjoy a round of golf. And so, as Guy said, whether you're a seasoned golfer, as I'm trying to become one, or if you're picking up that club for the very first time, we want to invite you to book a tee time. You can visit our website, mkegolf.com, to learn more about that and explore all of our new courses and experience Milwaukee County golf for yourself. It is absolutely wonderful, and it's a time for us to really get out in the greens, right? Not just to enjoy the outdoor space, but to really focus on both our mental and physical health at the exact same time. So Please, this summer, we want all of our residents to come out and enjoy our county courses. It's a great way, again, to stay active, to enjoy the outdoors, and to spend time with your family and friends. And so I just want to say thank you again for this opportunity. Here's to a great golf season, and looking forward to seeing the entire community out on the green. And so with that, I'll pass it back to our illustrious park director, Guy Smith.
Well, thank you, County Executive. As he stated, please visit mke.golf to book tee times. I have to do some shameless plugs. Please purchase gift cards, perfect for Mother's Day, Father's Day, or birthdays, or Easter. Put it in the Easter basket. So sign up for adult, senior, or junior memberships. Get your golf cart discount card if you're a Wisconsin resident. And don't forget that we also offer clubhouse rentals at Grant and Brown Deer for your next event or celebration. We're incredibly proud of how far Milwaukee County Golf has come. We're excited to continue building a system that reflects our community's passion for public recreation. So thank you, and let's make the 2025 season our best one yet. And let's have a few folks tee off here and show off their skills. So let's get some coverage of that too. So thank you for being here.
Only the good swing.
You want to hear something? Yeah.
You're right. You've been listening to a press conference, Milwaukee County Parks. You heard them. All 13 Milwaukee County golf courses are now open as the reporters and photographers there taking away the microphones. And all we see is this is Dretzka Park, beautiful golf course. And hopefully the weather will turn. Very warm day out there today, so hopefully the weather will stay like this. But yes, we saw some deer from this shot. It was beautiful. And we just heard from the county executive. Actually, this is nice. Matt List, our photojournalist, he's behind the camera right now. It's like we're on a nature walk with you right now, Matt, as we're just walking around. You see any deer or turkeys out there? As he's moving, as he moves to the left. If you it's a no. Maybe if you point the camera in the woods, we'll see what kind of wildlife, because we did see the deer on your camera. That was a pretty good shot you had earlier as everybody's walking. So good job from Matt List out there. Maybe he can swing some clubs after he turns off here. I want to take you live what we're also watching here. We're going to take you down by the airport. These are a bunch of Milwaukee Bucks fans. The team is getting ready to leave and wander away and go down to Indianapolis for the playoffs. And these are all fans who are there for a send-off that they're having at the airport over at Signature Air, the private air part of the airport where the private jet leaves from. And you can see all these Bucks fans hoping to catch a shot of Giannis, maybe of Damian Lillard, to see if he's going to actually play in this series or not. He's been cleared for all basketball activities. So we'll have to say, hey, the county executive has a club in his hand. And I've always wondered if he's a good golfer. We're about to find out. Matthew List is right on the spot. Maybe you should talk in a golf voice here. David Crowley up to the tee for the first shot. Oh, very windy out there today. Let's see if it affects his shot as it goes off to the left here. Oh, he's got beautiful form. Great swing.
Yeah, windy. So don't blame me.
If you hit the cameras, that would be really bad because you'd be going backwards. Let's see Matt List's golf camera shots here. Oh, it's, I think, a good shot.
It's playable.
He said the shot is playable. Off there to the right. Here comes also, this is the head of the Milwaukee County Parks. You would assume this guy's good at golf, right? Yeah, it looks a little more natural than the county executive swing there. Yeah, gotta be tough to keep the ball on the tee. Once again, all the golf courses open here in Milwaukee.
Not my club. Oh, here you go, Here you go, driver.
Oh, I think he's playing the wind a little bit. Oh, that was terrible. Oh my goodness.
He did. Oh, I should have grabbed the driver.
What happened?
Go
ahead.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's good. You have the good one. You need the good cut. You have the good cut.
I did.
You have the good one.
Honestly, that looks a lot like my golf game, so I'm not going to kind of out anyone here. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're going to keep watching also. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to arrive any minute here. Let's take a quick break on the Wisconsin Live Desk. When we come back, we'll see if the Bucks show up live on your camera. You never know what will happen when you're watching live TV. Wisconsin Live Desk. Stay with us.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Ben Handelman here from the Wisconsin Live Desk on your Friday. It's been an adventurous first 15 minutes here on the show as we are following some serious news and some celebratory news closer to home. So, hey, if this is your first time ever on the Wisconsin Live Desk, I got to tell you, this is the most powerful piece of technology we've ever built here at Fox 6, the room that I am standing in, because from here, I have access to live cameras coming in from all across southeast Wisconsin, the Midwest, the nation, and really beyond. I do want to show you what we're following at this hour. Let's start with the serious news coming out of Atlanta. We've had 2 police officers who were shot, the suspect killed in what was a shootout there. This was in South Fulton, southwest of downtown Atlanta. This is kind of in one of the suburb communities out there, but we got a couple of different shots that we're watching at this hour. This is near the motel where this shootout occurred. There was a report of a suspicious person. Officers showed up, and when they did, they were met with a barrage of bullets. Again, this shootout occurred. 2 officers were hurt. As that camera is moving, you just see all the law enforcement as even more officers are showing up right now. We also have our eyes right now at this hour at the hospital. This is nearby in Georgia from our news partners that are just, that's where the officers were presumably taken. So the news crews have showed up there as well. There are reporters on the scene. So we're watching that at this hour. Here closer to home, things were a little bit more celebratory. We had a little bit of a shaky morning with the weather. But since then, big news from Milwaukee County Parks. They're open, all 13 of them. Just a short time ago, the Milwaukee County Executive, he teed off in a ceremonial drive, and now the real golfers are out there because that guy looks like he knows how to play golf. The county executive, actually his shot was not too shabby. The person who hit a golf ball after the county executive, not a great shot. But Matt List, our photojournalist, he's out there at the golf course. Look what everybody's in. T-shirt and shorts. As the weather, we're in the 70s expected today. I don't know if it's 70 right now, probably getting close there. You can feel the humidity out there, but that's also feeding storms. another thing that we're watching here today. So on your right is all the nastiness that we had this morning, that we had severe weather come through southeast Wisconsin. Now as things heat up throughout the day, we are expecting another round of storms. So Lisa Michaels, she will join us here on the live desk. We will talk about that soon. Okay, I want to take you out to the airport. This is exciting. The Milwaukee Bucks are about to start their playoff run. Oh, I know the woman right in the middle in the blue hat. She is a huge Bucks fan. I think her name is Wendy. I could be wrong about that. Katie, our photojournalist, she's out with the fans. These are the diehards who are out at Signature, the private airport part of the airport, where the Bucks will jump inside a private jet and they will make their way down to Indianapolis as they are getting ready for the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, right there in the blue hat. I know her. You will find her dancing down in the Deer District. Oh, yeah. There you go, Katie. You're right on her. Look at that beautiful Bucks shirt she has. This woman always brings a smile to my face. Like, she's always literally, if there's a party in the Deer District, she's in the front, right by the DJ booth, making things happen. But honestly, everyone who is here down by the airport, these are all diehard Bucks fans because we're showing our support, hoping the Milwaukee Bucks can finally get through the first round. I like that shirt. Bobby Portis, back from suspension. He hopefully is ready for the playoffs. Now, what's interesting is the players will come down here. Is this some of them right here? We will see them drive in with their fancy cars one by one as they park them and then get ready to fly out. I'm not sure. I'm going to bring Delaney, our producer, in. Hello, Delaney. How are you doing on this Friday?
Hey, Ben. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Do we know what time the Bucks are set to take off from the airport that we were given a heads up to be here?
I will look into that and then get back to you.
Okay. Obviously sometime soon because the fans are out there, the kids are out there. And if the Bucks actually can win a series, maybe there'll be a bigger crowd to welcome them back. First two games are in Indiana. Then the next two are here in Milwaukee, and hopefully the Bucks sweep in 4, and that'll be the first series. But they are the 5 seed, actually, the Bucks. That's why they have to open up on the road, and they are playing the 4 seed. And we will actually, let's play a game here with Katie, our photojournalist. Katie, I want you to pick out your favorite outfit and zoom in on that person. And we will decide if we agree with you. A little Wisconsin live desk games. Here we go. She's looking around. Your favorite Bucks outfit. I might have to go with that Bobby Portis shirt. But here we go. It is. Oh, wow. Yes, I like that. That is a pretty cool Bucks shirt right there. Eastern Conference, Milwaukee Bucks, 68. I like that there's a girl right there with the All-Star jersey right next to her. So, yeah, these are the diehards. So we will keep watching what is happening out here. Okay, I want to bring in a friend to the program, someone that we love having on the Wisconsin Live Desk, if I can figure out the correct button to hit. Here we go. It's Lisa Michaels, everybody.
Thanks, Ben. Did you notice those girls out there wearing shorts?
Yes, and I've seen lots of people with shorts on. It's kind of wild.
You've been outside, I think, a little bit more recently than me, but is it shorts weather, Ben? Do you feel the warmth?
I would say it actually is shorts weather, and the difference is the humidity. Okay, yes. Lisa, can I tell you about my drive this morning?
Yeah, how was it?
Maybe one of the top 10 worst drives I've ever had. I had to drive down the O'Hare.
Oh, no.
Because somebody forgot, this is me and my wife, that my daughter didn't have school today.
What?
Yeah, I forgot it was Good Friday. This was earlier in the week.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh no, we both have to work today. What are we going to do? So I called up my in-laws who live in Indiana, and I'm like, hey, can you meet me halfway? And I will ditch my daughter and dump her in your car. So honestly, I woke up this morning, it was storming like crazy, and I thought I timed it perfectly because the rain stopped, and I was dumb and thought, oh, that must mean the storms are over. Nope. Jumped in my car. I couldn't see anything. These were some wild storms we had this morning. Wow, like white knuckle driving, hail, lightning, flash flooding. It was all occurring at once.
Well, you know what, Ben? Here's the plus side. You're here in one piece and you're safe at the end of the day. But it was a rough morning. I thankfully, I think, had a calmer drive, but I tried to get here before those storms moved in. We definitely did not have the easiest start. We were dealing with a couple of rounds and these lines of storms that moved through. And as Ben mentioned, the visibility was really poor. Torrential rainfall, especially as it moved closer to the lakefront. We also were tracking very large hail up to tennis ball size. So one thing we're noticing right now is we've had a break in the activity. Yes, we've even had quite a bit of clearing for a short period of time, giving us some sunshine, but the clouds have been moving back in, and that's what we're continuing to monitor closely. It's all about the cloud cover. One of the things, again, we are also going to be watching, it's not just the clouds, but it's the potential for maybe a couple more strong to severe thunderstorms. So I'm going to try to hop on this computer if I can even pull this up.
That's my question.
Okay, there we go. You're on the other computer now.
So
Perfect.
yeah, I was switching your shot there because I was like, oh, I'm going to show this, which I know you weather people are all about having total control.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who messed with it, but now whatever
okay.
happens in the background.
You know what? Could you imagine doing a weather segment, Ben, where you just choose our graphics in advance for us? We'll talk
that's
over.
Basically, you've just described what the Wisconsin Live Desk is. So
pretty much.
Okay, the question though is this afternoon, because
Yeah.
we've all survived round one, but will we see this develop again this afternoon?
So that's what we're continuing to track. Now we're going to kind of talk about what the current setup is and if it cannot evolve later on today. What we're really needing is to be in this environment between this warm front and this cold front. That is what we call the warm sector. That is where it is very warm temperature-wise. The moisture content is usually very high. The energy in the atmosphere to help support these storms is also associated higher in this area, and there's at least enough lift to help those storms develop and rise in the sky. What we are currently is we are on the northern side of this front, so while we still could see some thunderstorms form on the north side of it, they are likely not going to be as severe. It actually can limit the storms from developing. Still could see some, but if they develop north of a front, we typically then look at the biggest threat being large hail. So notice all the warmer colors though south of that front. I'm going to tell you right now, Ben, maybe O'Hare would have been a better place to be for the warmth today because temperatures are in the 70s in Chicago, 80s in Indianapolis. We are in the 60s in Milwaukee. So really the warm front placement is going to have a big factor of what can occur today. We already in the 70s in Janesville and Kenosha, so I still think we're going to be watching along the I-94 corridor and south right now for the potential of maybe a couple stronger storms. Now the Storm Prediction Center has dropped us from a slight risk, so a level 2 out of 5, to a marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5. But notice everyone is in that. The main thing we're going to have to watch during the afternoon is if that front can move further north, does our atmosphere recover? Do we have enough energy in the atmosphere along with our winds to allow those storms to survive and thrive? If they do, we'll have the biggest threat being damaging winds and large hail, with that flood threat and tornado threat still there, but on the lower end. So we're going to quickly step through this again because models are all over the place really in predicting what's going to happen. I still think there is going to be a couple of isolated storms as we head through the afternoon hours. Right now looking at the 2 to 3 o'clock time frame if something develops, but that could still persist heading into about 5 o'clock. Whatever develops in that time frame, again, we'll have to analyze very closely. Then the further we head into the early evening hours, we're looking to have a cold front move through. So that would really cut off a lot of our counties if that front moves through at this time from seeing severe weather and really localizing it probably to the Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha areas, especially near the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Then that looks to be it. So I don't think this is going to be a long duration event for tonight. Again, more scattered in nature. We'll have to watch that through the upcoming hours though. But of course, while we do have the chance of strong storms today, we are looking forward to the weekend. Holiday weekend for most. We're having dry conditions on Saturday. Might bring back a little bit of sunshine during the afternoon. Then Sunday, Easter Sunday. Yes, the Easter egg hunts in the morning right now look to be good to go. It's the afternoon and evening hours on Sunday. Another low pressure system will move in, and that's going to bring in the rain chances from the south. So if you are traveling on Sunday, Plan for rain moving in, especially from southern Wisconsin first and progressing north during the afternoon and evening, and that will sit with us heading into Monday as well. Not the best end of our Easter weekend, but again, it is going to be great for those kiddos who are going to be hunting for all the eggs and the goodies in the morning. Then we look to at least see a little bit more calmer weather conditions heading into the middle of this upcoming week, and temperatures back in the 60s.
So it's not a washout for the weekend. I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah.
And Sunday morning will be good for the Easter egg hunt, so we'll be just fine.
Don't you think they need an adult Easter egg hunt? That's where I'm at. I want to partake in that.
I think they do have those, and I think what they put in the eggs, kids cannot have. Yeah.
You know what? My parents never put candy in the eggs. They only put coins.
Yes, that's
So
what
we'd
my
say-
in-laws do, because
Yeah.
that's where Amelia is right now. So yes, they do coins. Hey, Lisa, while we got you here, look what's happening down with the Bucks. The fancy cars are showing up. The party has started.
Ooh.
Bango is there. Katie looks like she's dancing along with the crowd. So any minute now, the Bucks, they are about to show up, jump on their plane, and head down to Indianapolis. Lisa, thanks for being on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ben. Have a good one. Hopefully, they're going to stay dry when they get on that plane, too, and get out of here before the storms arrive.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, stay with us here on the Wisconsin Live Desk, because when we come back, we're going to go back and see if the Bucks arrive here.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
What's going on, news nerds? Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk here on your Friday. It's been another action-packed half hour, and we're just about at the halfway mark of this hour that we're spending together on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Rules of the Wisconsin Live Desk, it's like Fight Club. There are no rules. Actually, you do talk about Wisconsin Live Desk. Pretend I didn't even say the Fight Club thing, because that's not what Wisconsin Live Desk is. We don't have a lot of rules around here on the Live Desk, but our rules are it's got to be live. It's got to be coming in from a live feed. We're going to show it to you, and it's kind of a new way for you guys to ingest what's happening with the news, like what's happening at the airport as the Milwaukee Bucks are about to show up, as they're about to fly away for the playoffs, and there's a party underway, so we'll try and get you in the party spirit here. But yeah, this is a new way of doing things, where we're not going to cut anything out. You are going to ingest the news as it happens live. You will get the full context of everything that's happening. So if there's a press conference, you will see it from beginning to end. The only thing that would make us move to another shot is if we think there's something more interesting happening that we want to get your attention to. But again, all of it's happening live. This is Katie, our photojournalist, who's down there hanging with the Bucks fans who, when we first started, were just kind of milling about. They had smiles on their faces. But suddenly the hype team has showed up and Bango has arrived. So let's take a look because the energy is now through the roof. Let's listen in to a party as the Milwaukee Bucks about to arrive any second now to jump on a plane and head to Indiana. So game one is tomorrow, noon. Bucks, Pacers. The 5-seeded Bucks versus the 4-seeded Indiana Pacers. Game two will be on Tuesday night, and then this series will move back here to Milwaukee. Next Friday will be the first playoff home game for the Milwaukee Bucks, and there's another game then. Game four will be on Sunday. I'm just looking at the TBAs. So this is a best-of-7 series. You got to win 4 of them. Game 5 would be back in Indianapolis. That would be on Tuesday. Game 6 back here in Milwaukee. That would be a week from Friday. And if it goes the distance, Game 7 would be back in Indianapolis for Game 7. So let's see. Let's go Bucks. Let's see some of the messages we have here as fans are out there getting ready. The Bucks, they've kind of been through some rough patches with their health. Star Damian Lillard, he had that vein thrombosis, which is basically a blood clot in his leg. Good news, though, just been cleared for all basketball activities. We have been told he will not play in Game 1 as he's trying to get his fitness and his timing back. But as far as his health goes, he's no longer on the blood thinners, which is really good news. And so will he be a factor? Will they need Damian Lillard in Game 1? What kind of Giannis will we be getting in the playoffs? Just think back to some of the other recent playoff years where Giannis has had injury. He was out. He was sitting out and couldn't play. And then the Bucks were bounced quickly. Or even the year they won, he was dealing with a knee injury that he got in the Eastern Conference Finals. Took it with him to the finals, missed the game, and ended up being the hero. Will Giannis be the hero again? I think this team really needs to see a win to have these Bucks fans feeling as good as they're feeling right now. Get the dance moves. As we've got, everybody is out there partying right now. I love this. I like the older people. The team hires them to be their hype people. And so they're out there partying as well. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been just kind of an interesting year, up and down with playoffs, with win streaks, with losing streaks. They have had a really good April. I'm trying to think, well, let's see, the last time the Bucks lost the game, you have to go back, way back. I mean, they're on a huge game winning streak here. Atlanta Hawks on March 30th. So did they lose a single game in April? I think they won every single game in April. So they're going in feeling more confident, as they seem to have finally figured things out. And this was even without Damian Lillard. So the rest of the team has really stepped up, which has given them confidence that even though they're going down to Indiana without Damian Lillard for that first game, they do think they're in a strong position to win the series. So what's your predictions? Bucks in 6? It's always Bucks in 6, right? Even though you hope it's Bucks in 4. We shall see what is happening there. We just had Lisa on here, Lisa Michaels, because we're still watching our weather out there. Live picture from the roads right now. As you're seeing, this is the highways. We had those storms move through. Good news from Lisa Michaels that she just delivered here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Our threat of severe weather has lowered, and part of the reason you can actually see where the temperatures are making it to the 70s, and it's not in Wisconsin. They always say our lines are invisible for our states, but sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Today is one of those days because literally right as you get to the Illinois-Wisconsin border, the temperatures aren't climbing into the 70s. And while we all want to feel the 70-degree temperature as far as severe weather goes, it fuels the storms And so the possibility of severe weather goes up the warmer it gets on a day like today. And luckily, it looks like the threat is lowering, although still a chance for that spotty shower, that spotty thunderstorm coming up here this afternoon. Okay, I just want to show you some other things that we're following here. Something in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Pretty serious scene. There was a shootout at a motel. 2 police officers were injured, and the suspect was killed. This is all happening in South Fulton. This is a southwest suburb of Atlanta, and look at all the law enforcement. According to police down there, there's a report of a suspicious person near the motel, and when police showed up, that is when a barrage of gunfire erupted between law enforcement and the suspect. So we've got eyes right now on what is happening here in Atlanta, here at South Fulton, and we're also looking at the nearby hospital where the 2 officers were taken. We have crews there at this hour. Something we're also watching is this, just released from West Dallas Police. This is a police chase that is really, really wild. You can see the snow on the ground, released from February. And I'm going to take a live picture now from our newsroom because Ashley Sears, she's joining us here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. And we are going to talk about this in just a second here, Ash, as you've got some new details on what was going on. Why did this person leave the scene like this? How did it end up like this? And it was a really wild police chase through the streets of West Dallas. We'll have that for you right after this quick break here on the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Okay.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Ben Handelman from the Wisconsin Live Desk on your Friday. Thanks for joining us here on Fox Local, or maybe you're one of those newbies on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, download the Fox Local app because then you can click on all the stories that we're talking about here today. It's been a busy afternoon. Got a new shot up. Delaney, I'm not sure. Do we know what this shot is? Just coming up here on the Live Desk. It looks like a protest of some kind.
Yeah, this is a protest in Washington, D.C. Iranian American communities are protesting at the Capitol.
Okay, interesting. So we got our eyes on that. Closer to home, there's a party going on down by the airport. Mick, that's not your eyes mistaking you. That is a deer at the airport. Oh, it's just Bango with the dance team. As the Milwaukee Bucks are getting ready to go to Indiana, and we're expecting their fancy cars to show up because I don't think Giannis drives in like a Hyundai Sonata. I don't know what car he's going to show up in. But they're all arriving, all the players, and then they're going to jump on a plane and they're going to go for their first round game, which is tomorrow against the Indiana Pacers. So we're watching that shot right now from the live desk. I want to bring in Ashley Sears. Welcome to the Wisconsin Live Desk, Ash, as we got to talk about this police chase that you are following up on today. And this was some pretty wild stuff here. I'm just going to quickly show the video. This was the end of it. And this, obviously there's snow on the ground, Ash. So what do we know about the video that we're seeing here?
Yeah, Ben, I'm working on a story today about this West Allis police chase. It happened back in February. We just got an open records request filled, and we are getting a better look at that police chase. What happened was an officer spots a car without any license plates on it, pulls it over. It's like a standard traffic stop. The officer gets out, sees a driver and a passenger, gets the guy's information, heads back to the car, and that's when you see in the video that that driver takes off, hits another police squad, and because of that, there's this huge plume of smoke that fills the air as this police chase is happening. They go for a few miles, the officer trying to stop this driver when they do a pit maneuver at 894, and that's when the driver loses control, rolls down the embankment there, and the video is crazy. You could see, or hear rather, the man's foot on the gas, and it's just revving the engine. They pull the passenger out of the car, and the driver, it's kind of a different story there. The video shows some kind of fight going on. They struggle to get him out of the car, they pepper spray him, and eventually pull him out in the snow. He was taken away in an ambulance, and he faces a slew of felony charges from fleeing, recklessly endangering safety, bail jumping, and possession of methamphetamine.
We're going to show this whole chase in your Fox Local app. But what I thought was crazy about this, Ash, is that, okay, so the guy backs out of, they were in a convenience, or outside a bar, right?
A laundromat.
A laundromat, okay. Yeah. Oh, Suds. I thought the Suds was a bar. That would make more sense. Okay, so they're at a laundromat, backs out, hits a police officer, and then the car starts smoking, and it seemed like that made it easier for police to follow where the guy was going because they just followed the giant plume of smoke.
Yeah, at first you're like, this is so dangerous. It's just this big plume of smoke, and then, you know, we lose sight of him for a minute, but then you're like, oh, there it is. There's the smoke.
There it is over there.
Keep following him. Yeah, he couldn't hide from that plume of smoke.
Do we know why he was running from law enforcement?
It doesn't say. He doesn't say why, but in the criminal complaint, it says that drugs were found on him in the car, so one can only deduce that perhaps that was motivation.
And you almost wonder if he was on some of those drugs as this chase kept going. Yeah, I mean, what was crazy about this chase, you see the white smoke there, so just imagine that throughout the entire video as they're following this car through the streets of West Allis. There were times, Ash, it felt like when I was driving this morning in the rain, like you could not see very far down the road, and it just shows how dangerous this was as law enforcement are trying to keep up with him, and they could only see a few feet in front of them because of all that smoke.
Yeah, and there were other people on the road trying to pull over. Some were in the middle of the road because, you know, they didn't see or know where to go at that point, so it was very tricky, I guess, for the officer to travel at a high rate of speed and try and catch this driver.
Okay, so coming up today, we're going to learn more about, you'll see more of the chase if you watch our later newscasts. And so the guy's been charged, right, Ash? Like,
yeah.
This guy's, I don't know if he's sitting in jail right now or...
I believe there's some hearings coming up for mental competency, and I think he's still in jail right now.
Okay, interesting stuff. Hey, thanks for being on the live desk, for bringing us this really crazy chase. Thanks, Ash. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so here at the live desk, we're following a lot of things at this hour. I want to bring you out to what we're watching in Washington, D.C. Right, hold on. I've got the newsroom mic still open. There we go. And we just lost that shot. Hey, Delaney, we just got something new up on 2. What are we looking at here?
The President of the United States.
Let's listen in. This is coming from the White House.
Heard from him himself. His view is that this foreign terrorist is a citizen and subject of El Salvador, and Bukele's view is that it is his decision as the president of El Salvador what happens with his own citizens who are lawfully residing in his country, who've been returned to his country. And so I have nothing to add to the subject of what El Salvador wishes to do with one of its own citizens, but it's important to note that the gang that the deported individual claimed previously that he was going to be persecuted by in El Salvador no longer exists. It does not exist in El Salvador. The 18th Street Gang does not exist in El Salvador. So that fake pretense for not wanting to be deported has been completely removed and remedied and no longer exists as a matter of law or reality. I want to tell you one story while you're all here that I think is very important to illustrate for you the genuine evil of the last administration's immigration policies that, for whatever reason, our corporate press in this country never really cared to cover, and certainly elicited no outrage, no emotion from this country's political and ruling elite. But this, by the way, this is not an isolated incident. This is the kind of thing that we discover not only every day, but every hour. But it just illustrates how inhuman the policies were of the previous administration and how many thousands of lives we are saving by upholding and enforcing our laws. So there was a 14-year-old girl that we discovered who was trafficked across the border in the previous administration, stolen from her family in her home country. The Biden administration made no attempt to return her to her home country or to return her to her family in her home country or to reunify her in any way with her family in her home country. Instead, they resettled her in the United States with a so-called sponsor. That so-called sponsor, all funded by our taxpayers, this entire procedure funded by taxpayers, that so-called sponsor was himself an illegal alien, so subject to himself removal and deportation. Again, the Biden administration did not deport the sponsor, but handed the girl over to the sponsor. The sponsor claimed to be that girl's brother. He was not, in fact, her brother. The Biden administration, of course, did not attempt to verify this in any way, shape, or form, as they did not for the hundreds of thousands of minors that were placed in the hands of illegal aliens. They know they were being lied to. They didn't care.
Okay, this is a Trump administration official in Washington, but I got to get you back out to the airport because we got some cars arriving. Bucks players live on the Wisconsin Live Desk. I thought that was Brooke Lopez, but then I was like, would he be in a car that small? He's got to be in a big SUV, right? Here we go. More Bucks players, coaches arriving. I just like looking at how fancy the cars are, or sometimes how unfancy they are. So again, the Milwaukee Bucks, they are off to Indianapolis to take on the Indiana Pacers. Very short plane ride down there. As you can see, there's the airport. And all these Bucks fans have shown up to show their support. So we'll keep watching this. When we come back on the live desk, we'll see if Giannis arrives live on your screen. So stay with us. You're watching the Wisconsin Live Desk.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Ben Handelman from the Wisconsin Live Desk. You see what I have written down here. Actually, Delaney, our producer, wrote this. The Bucks head to Indianapolis because the Bucks are heading to Indianapolis, and we've got a live picture here on the Live Desk. Live shot from the airport as the players are showing up one by one. Just heard one of the fans say, I couldn't see inside. I have no idea who that was. And that's the joy of doing what these fans are doing. You're showing your support. You're seeing the cars come in. And each time a car pulls in, you don't know right here. Is this a player? Is this a staff member? Who's in the Audi? That looks like a player. I don't know which player that was, but they're here. Not too shabby. Everybody's pretty excited to try and see if they can see who's there. All right. Oh, I thought another car was coming through. So the Bucks will play in Indianapolis on Saturday, then again on Tuesday. Then they're back here in Milwaukee for their first home playoff game, hopefully up 2-0 on Friday. So we shall see. Okay, we'll stay on this shot for a second. Just got what we call in the business a playback. This is something that has already happened and has been recorded, but now they're showing it to us live. J.D. Vance has made a trip to Vatican City. Good Friday, very holy day. J.D. Vance is at St. Peter's Basilica. So let's listen into the pomp and circumstances as services. Again, this has already happened, but it's just being shared for the first time. You can see his wife there. This is, they've got a child. I know what going to church with a child is like. Sometimes you...
Conserva in nobis opus misericordiae
obviously it's edited a little bit here for us
Utuius
on the
mysteri participazione perpetua devotione vivamos. Per Christum Dominum nostro.
Amen. Inclinate vos at benedictionem.
Super populum tuum quesumus Domine, qui mortem filii tui in spe sue resurrectionis recoluit, benedictio copiosa descendat, indulgentia veniat, consolatio
Okay, so there's the Vice
tribuatum,
President. You can see him at
Fides
St. Peter's
Sancta
Basilica, but we only have a couple
Supprescat,
more minutes here on the live desk, so
Redemptio
I want to get us
sempiterna
back to
firmetur.
what is happening down at the airport in Milwaukee as Bucks players continue to arrive. I don't think that's Giannis, because that is a very tiny car. So we're just going to listen in here for a minute and see if Giannis arrives. He may have already arrived. Kind of hard to see which players are in which cars, but I would assume he drives around a big SUV, but I do not know. I don't know what Giannis drives in as the players are getting ready to go to Indianapolis. So let's just listen to the pomp and circumstance of this event. I can tell you that was not a basketball player. Oh, could he be driving around in a truck? Okay, so all of the stories that we've watched here from Atlanta to Washington, D.C., the Milwaukee County golf courses that opened today, and the Bucks send-off, you can find all those stories right here on your Fox Local app.